They're gorgeous! Today I wanted to introduce you to the newest member of our family. Oh, he's still a kitten, so he's a little rambunctious. This is Miko. Isn't he adorable? He does not like to be held for too long. He's so busy. He wants to get up and do all kinds of things. He is 7 months old. We just got him this past Saturday. He is a rescue, and he is a lilac point Siamese. But before I tell you his backstory, I wanted to share with you the incredible journey that led me to him. So my husband and I have been wanting a kitten for probably a year now. I mean, many of you know that since Thomasina passed 2 years ago, it's been really hard, and I haven't wanted a kitten until very recently. So we've been on a breeder list for over a year now, and it's a breeder that doesn't breed cats constantly. So she breeds every now and then, and I like that in a breeder. I don't want a breeder that's going to be breeding constantly anyway. So that's why we've been waiting so long with her. But Inky's health is starting to go, and I'm starting to notice all of the signs in him that first started Thomasina's downslide until we had to let her go. So that's been concerning me, and I also feel like he's been lonely since Thomasina passed. So we made the decision very recently to just go ahead and rescue a kitten, and if we get our other kitten, then we'll have 3, but we didn't want to wait anymore. So this past Saturday, I decided I was going to go out and try and find a kitten, but I did not have any expectations that I would find him or her right away. I thought it was going to take at least a month to click with that one kitten. But I did say a prayer before I left, and I asked God to lead me to the perfect kitten for our family. So first place I went to, they had a bunch of black kittens, and they were so adorable. And one of them had 7 toes. She was so cute. And I was considering her, but the only problem there was that she came with her brother. They were a packaged deal, and they were going to break them up. And I completely understand that. So I had to say no, because I can't have 4 cats. 3 is okay, but 4, Second place I went to was an animal shelter, and they did not have any kittens. You are too darn cute. So I ended up going to another animal shelter after that, and that was where I got the biggest confirmation I could have ever hoped to have gotten in looking for a kitten. So I walk in and I asked to see the kittens, and they said they only had one. She was 6 months old, and get this, her name is Thomasina. And to God, I almost started crying right there. It took everything I had just to hold it in, because it hit me like a ton of bricks. And it was at that moment I felt like, wow, I mean, I'm not gonna cry. I honestly felt like it was Thomasina telling me, it's okay, I'm right here with you. I'm gonna be with you every step of the way. And that was so comforting to me. So, and just so you know, all 19 years I had Thomasina, I never heard of a cat with her name. So to me, that was a tremendous confirmation. So I asked to see her, of course. She was a little black and white tuxedo cat. She was adorable as could be, but we didn't really click. What do you want? Oh, he wants a toy over here. Here, have a toy. I miss kittens. I forgot how much energy they have. So anyway, there was not a click with this cat. So I said, I'm just going to take this as a huge confirmation and keep looking. And so I went to a third animal shelter. They didn't have any kittens either, but I played with some of the cats there, which were completely adorable. I can't with him. He is so stinking cute. So I was about to go home after I visited the third animal shelter, and something told me, go to PetSmart in the area where I was. So I said, I'm just going to go to PetSmart and check out the animals, because sometimes they have animals for adoption there. And I walk in, and they were closed. There was nobody there. They closed at 4, and I got there around 5 o'clock. And I saw this guy in his cage, and I was just drawn to him. But he had a sign on his cage, and it said, along with other cats, and the rest of it was covered, so I couldn't tell what it said. And I was praying. I was like, oh my gosh, please let him get along with other cats, because some of these other cats didn't get along well with other cats. So I asked one of the ladies working at PetSmart if I could go in to look at the cats, And she says, yeah, sure, let me get the key for you. So she let me in, and I went right to his cage and read the sign. It said, he gets along very well with other cats. I was like, oh, thank you, God. And she opened up the door, and he immediately came right up to me, got into my arms, just melted. It was the most amazing experience I had ever had. We had an instant connection with one another. And so I asked the girl that was there, can I take him? Like, I was dead set I wanted him. And I typically don't make decisions like that. I like to think about it for a little bit, but I just knew that we were instantly connected. So she says, let me go ahead and call the lady who runs the adoption center here. So she gets her on the phone. Of course, she wants to talk to me. And I asked her, I said, could I please take him home? I mean, he is just amazing. We have a connection. And she says, you know, I don't usually do this, but I'm going to make a special trip back there because I have a feeling about you. And she says, I'm only 20 minutes out. Let me get there and we can get this whole process started. So when she gets there, her name is Linda. We had an instant connection too. We have the same personality, the same hyper energy, just awesome. And it was such another confirmation to me that day, because all the other people I had talked to at the shelters and places I was at, I didn't really have a connection feeling with those people. Whereas with this lady, it was like, we could be best friends. And to me, that was you're having fun, aren't you? It was another huge sign that this was just meant to be. And I asked her what his story was. She said he was a cruelty case, and then all of a sudden my heart dropped, and I thought, oh my gosh, I hope nobody abused him. Thankfully, nobody did. What it was that he came out of a hoarder house. So the lady had something like 45 cats, and he was one of the ones rescued. He had tapeworm, fleas, his eyes were crusted up and red and irritated, so they fixed him up. He's good as new, obviously. And the lady actually came back after the courts had confiscated the cats and tried to fight to get him back, and they would not give him back to her. I was like, oh gosh, I'm so glad, so glad. So because of his situation, he gets along really well with other cats, obviously. And he wants so badly to be friends with Inky. Inky is not really sure what to think just yet. He's not too happy because his kingdom has been disrupted. So he's been hissing at him a couple times, which we have to correct him every now and then. But the other day, he was sleeping in my office on the floor, and Miko just started inching closer and closer and closer. And then they were touching at one point, sleeping together. And Inky was not hissing, and Inky was not upset. So time will tell. I hope that they will be really good friends. I'm really amazed at how quickly he has adapted to being here. I mean, right when he walked in the house, he was checking everything out, and he acted kind of shy at first, but after the first hour, he was playing, he was happy. He's been clinging to me like crazy. He follows me around like a little shadow. It's the cutest little thing. Hey, Miko! Well, come here, silly. And he has the most sweet, laid-back, gentle, playful personality. I mean, he is exactly like Thomasina and Inky were when they were kittens. It's just unreal. Looks like he's gonna be a little show cat. So you may see him in videos a little bit more than you see Inky, hopefully. So I hope that you enjoyed getting to see Miko and meeting him. And we are so excited to have him as part of our family, aren't we? And you're gonna grow up to be an old fart just like Inky. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see Miko in the future, won't we?